Hello, today we're going to do a equipment joining. Some of our equipment is too large to ship in one piece, so we send it in two pieces like these, and they get joined on site. That equipment that ships that way, we send with instructions, so I am going to join these following our written instructions that ship with the unit. So first thing we want to do, we want to make sure that all the parts are there to complete the joining. There's not really much needed. We need this joining strip, tube of silicone, and drain manifold part goes between the two sections. So first step in this process is removing these screws. And we are going to set them aside for later use. Next step is to align these two sections together. You see we got our corrugated return line right here that's capped off. We are going to just line that up with the hole without attaching anything. So the next step in this process is to attach these joining strips. We keep them attached to the unit, but we offset them because they're not used. Remove the 5/16 screws. Got the screws on the unit next to it. And reinstall this how it should be installed. Next step is to remove a front and a rear caster. As you can see, there's two butt up against each other, and they will end up crashing against each other if they're left in place. The bolts that were removed at the beginning of the joining were reused to join the two sections of fryer. This is the back of the unit. Repeat in the front of the unit. Remove caster, put the other two bolts in the front of the unit. Now that we have the bolts down here to join the two sections of fryers together, now we can go ahead and tighten these joining strips the rest of the way. So the return line that we fed through to the other cabinet, now it's time to connect that. We send it with a plug just in case it's forgotten to be connected, that you're not going to have oil squirting out of there if somebody filters without getting this attached. So we're going to remove the plug, and then we're going to remove the cap on the three-way valve, and we're going to attach the corrugated line to the three-way valve. So we take the plug out. We also have a cap right here on the three-way valve. Put the drain manifold gaskets to the elbow, into the elbow. And now the clamps. And next we plug in the jumpers for the return handles. This one comes from bank of 2 units. This one's already in this unit. Plug them in. And there's our electrical connection for our return lines. Next we take the tube of silicone that comes with the unit. We run a bead of silicone down this seam, down the tank seam where the 2 tanks meet. Then we take our joining strip. Notice the bends are overbent. That is by design to make it tight. So we want to tap that on with a rubber mallet. And that's what the joining strip should look like once installed. The next thing we want to do is check and make sure all the return handles actually activate the pump motor, so that'll confirm we made our electrical connections properly.